Namaste.
Welcome to our Hatha Yoga practice. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. Let's begin this morning in a comfortable seated posture. We'll center first. So find a seat that's comfortable for you. Sit on something. So whether it's a bolster, a folded blanket, if you have a pillow nearby, about 4 inches to 6 inches. Remove the flesh from your sit bones. Rock ever so slightly from side to side. You're feeling the weight of the left sit bone and then the right sit bone. It's very subtle. It's like a boat rocking on the waves. And then finding your neutral, your center. Sinking, feeling that the base of your body and the leg bones are heavy, sense of wet sand, giving you a grounding. From there, begin lengthening from L3, L4, L5, the lowest 3 bones of the spinal column, and lofting the spine upwards without force, without effort. Let it be a light feeling, as if the crown of the head were being pulled by the heavens above, as if you were a marionette gently being pulled by your string. So you begin feeling an elongated back, a softer front. The chin nods down ever so slightly. The shoulders release. You find your palms resting wherever they feel comfortable. Shoulders descending down the back. Arms are like heavy curtains. You could even imagine the strings of the marionette puppet that you are on top of your shoulders. And so the arms just drape down, they're soft in the elbow joints, soft in the wrists. Unhinge your jaw so that there's space between your back molars. Releasing the mandibular joint. Feel the ease that comes from that release. Allow the tongue to rest. Descending downward towards the bottom of your mouth. There's the zygomatic arch that runs through your cheekbones. The zygoma are the cheekbones. You could imagine that you have whiskers, and imagine spreading through the zygomatic arch, your upper palate. If your whiskers on your cheekbones could spread wide. And at the same time, sense the base of the skull spreading wide at the occipital ridge. Right above the cheekbones, at the sides of your eyes, the temporal bone. Soften the skin there. Allowing the ears to drop, to smooth. Feel the eyes softening, gazing downward, down the bridge of your nose, and allow the skin along the bridge of your nose to soften. The skin behind the eyebrows to smooth out, the skin along the forehead to smooth out. The space between the eyebrows to widen. Agni chakra, the inner seer. Notice how you've arrived this morning. How does breath feel as it strokes the inner nostrils? All the while, breath has been flowing. There's no need to change it. Just notice where you feel breath flowing. Perhaps it's more in the chest. Perhaps as you've been settling, the breath has been settling down towards the lower belly. Perhaps it's a morning where the breath feels tight. You're only aware of the breath, particularly just in the nostrils, knowing there's no right or wrong, just sensing how the fingertips and the pads of your fingers and your palms feel against the fabric of your clothes, or perhaps your skin. Feeling the air in the room against your skin. Taking in the sounds around you. You notice when you pay attention within the slowing down. How there's just the here and now, the beating of the heart, the cool air on the inhalation, the warmer air on the exhalation. Letting go of thought by focusing on the senses, the felt sense. As if you woke up in the middle of the night and you had to feel your way to the kitchen or the bathroom. You didn't want to bang into any furniture, trip over the floor. Use your sensory awareness to guide yourself through practice. Let go of the clingings, whatever happened before you arrived, what's ever going to happen later after you leave the mat. All we have is here and now. As we take a last few breaths, notice if anything has changed. Physically, if the shoulders were able to ease away from the earlobes, if there was a change in breath rhythm, space between the back molars, and perhaps an intent, a sankalpa, arises for your practice today. The reason you chose to take this time for yourself. Perhaps there's energy you'd like to share with someone else as you practice. Use the breath, use your intention to stay focused as we journey through another awesome day in the Sangha together. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And then slide your legs long. Working the feet as a unit, let's roll out the ankles in one direction. Let's roll out in the other direction. Give a shake out to the legs. Go ahead and lie back on your mat. If you'd like some support for the neck and head, you can use your blanket, but make sure the shoulders are pinned underneath you, so they're completely supported by the floor or your mat. Arms come out by the side, palms face up. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, turn your head all the way to the right and melt your left arm deep into the mat, the floor beneath you. Sink, 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 sink. Inhale back up to center, relax the arm. Exhale in the opposite direction. Melt the back of the right shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, back of the hand, even the fingernails melt back. Inhale back up to center. One more time. Head melts over to the right. Heavy, heavy, heavy left arm. Notice if you feel any more opening the second time around. Inhale, float the head back to center, relax the arm. Exhale, one more time, lead with the nose and chin over your left shoulder. Melt that right shoulder back, right upper arm, right elbow, lower arm, back of the hand. Sink, 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 sink. Float the head back to center, relax the arms. Let's slide the legs together. Inhale the arms up over the head. Flex the feet. Nice long body stretch. Wiggle the waist long. If you'd like, you can reach the right heel long and then the left heel. Do the same with the arms. Feeling the right hip down sloping away from you and then the left hip. And completely relax. We'll stretch laterally, inviting the right shoulder, both shoulders, arms, and hands over to the left. As far as feels comfortable, shoulders need to stay planted. And then walk your heels to the right. And we want to keep the hips planted as well. Don't need to force, just once again, you're feeling, discerning what's right for you by looking within. So if you feel you can add more sensation, cross the right ankle over the left and grab hold of the right wrist. Feel as if there's a sandbag on the top of your right upper thigh, melting the right hip back to the support beneath you, your right buttock back into the support beneath you. Breathe deeply into the right lung, lower, mid, upper lobe of the lung. Uncross, release, walk back to neutral, take a breath for nothing. And then we'll invite shoulders, arms, and hands over to the right corner of your mat or the space in your room. And then invite the heels over to the right. So once again, make sure your shoulders are relaxed back. You could always bend the elbows and come into cactus arms or goalpost arms. If you'd like to deepen sensation, cross the left ankle over the right. You could grab hold of the left wrist. And here on the left side, you have two lobes in the lung. Breathe deep. Feel the expansion, intercostal muscles. Jaw hangs, gentle part between the lips and the teeth. Keep the mandible at ease. Uncrossing, releasing back to center. Take a breath for nothing. Inhale, stretch your arms to the space behind you. Exhale, point your toes as if they could reach the floor. Feel the stretch along the top of your feet. Hollow your belly towards the spinal column. Feel the stretch on the front side, the anterior side of your body. Maybe you can imagine doing a back dive into a pool and completely relax. Step your feet on the mat. Take the heels of the palms on top of the thighs. Lengthen your thighs away as you're lengthening out the back side of your head. Release your palms. Keep the heels planted, grounding them. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Spinal undulations. As we exhale, squeeze the elbows, lift the head, palms doing all the work. Chin tucks in, curl the tailbone up towards the sky. Let the eyes look down towards 6 o'clock, down the bridge of the nose. On the inhale, lower back down, elbows drop back, head presses back into your palms, drop your perineum, drop the tailbone into the mat. You should feel an arc in the mid-back and a little arc behind your neck. Let the eyes look towards 12 o'clock, towards your hairline. You might also enjoy a nice stretch with your mouth, opening the jaw. On the exhale, squeeze the elbows, curl up. Curl the tailbone towards the ceiling. Eyes soft, looking down at 6 o'clock. Ground the heels. Inhale, lower down. Press the head back, press elbows back. Eyes look up to 12. Drop the tailbone, arc. Exhale, curl and lift. Chin's tucking in. You could lift the tailbone a little higher if you'd like as you ground the heels. Eyes soft, looking down at 6 o'clock. Inhale, lower back. Head presses back, elbows press back. Tailbone presses into the mat. Eyes look up. 12 o'clock towards the hairline. Another set. Exhale, curling in. Chin to chest, tailbone lifts. Eyes look down. Inhale, lower back down, head presses, elbows press back, tailbone presses into the mat, eyes look up to 12 o'clock towards the hairline. Relaxing to neutral for a moment, your hips will stay planted. Sacrum stays neutral. On the exhale, squeeze the elbows, lift the head, and we will twist slowly left, center, and then right. You negotiate how far you want to twist and how high you'd like to come up. So you can feel the work in the obliques, but when you twist to one side, also feel how you're lengthening out the other. Continue at your own pace, grounding in the heels. When you're in the twist, the eyes are soft, gazing down towards 6 o'clock. Whatever side you're on now, hold for 2 breaths. Move through the center space. Go to the other side and hold for 2 breaths. Come to center space. Lower yourself back down. Head presses back into palms, shoulders press back. Drop the perineum, drop your tailbone. Arc, 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 arc. And completely relax. Slide your palms out from underneath you. Hug the knees into the body. You can interlace around your shins or underneath your thighs. Sense a heaviness in the sacrum, a heaviness in your tailbone. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, exhale. Round the forehead up any amount to the knees. Shoulders at ease. Jaws relaxed. Gently lower back down. Shoulders, neck, head. Take the knees wider towards your armpits. You're welcome to stay right here, or you can bring your hands underneath your thighs. Or if you'd like, if it's in the practice, take the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, and we'll move into a little happy baby. You can grab onto the pinky edge or the big toe edge, whatever feels good this morning. And without too much effort, the effortless effort, let's say, let's encourage the sinking of the knees. Releasing the hips, bringing symmetry to the lower back, and ease through the pelvic floor. Lengthen out the back side of your head. Wherever your hands are, release, help the knees back together, hug, and lower your feet to the mat. Knees together, feet together, bring your arms out to a T formation, palms face up. Inhale, and on the exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Melt your head over to the left. Let your eyes gaze downward, down to 6 o'clock, below your armpit, and sink, sink, sink the back of the left arm, shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, back of the left hand, all of the fingertips. melt. Using the strength of your upper back, back of the arms, lift the knees back to center. And on the next exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Let the head melt over to the right. If this is uncomfortable for the outside of your right hip, place a prop between your knees, a block, a rolled up blanket, pillow. Eyes are soft. They're looking down towards 6 o'clock, down below the armpit. Allow the right arm to be about 40, 50% heavier, sinking the back of the right shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, back of the right hand. Melt, melt, melt. Sink, sink, sink. Using the strength of the upper back in your arms, lift the knees back to center. Feet step on the mat and open up your knees out to the side. Soles of the feet come together for Supta Vadakonasana. You're welcome to bring your arms into goalpost arms, cactus arms, or you can place your palms on your inner thighs, relaxing the elbows. Or perhaps you'd like to rest your palms on your lower belly. Which feels right for you? As the soles of the feet make contact, and again we bring symmetry back to the hips, the pelvic floor. Focus on the ease in the groins, in the inner thighs, rather than forcing the knees. Softening. Take another breath. And then take your palms on the outside of your thighs. Help the knees together. Slide the legs long. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, press your palms up to the ceiling. And exhale, reach them over your head as you press through the heels and the metatarsal pads. Really engaging the quadriceps. Feel a lift above your knee. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, lengthen the palms to the space behind you. But again, reaching to the ceiling. You can change the breath however you'd like. You can exhale to the ceiling and inhale behind you. You can inhale to the ceiling and exhale behind you. Let's just take one more. And releasing, step your left foot on the mat, hug the right knee in, tuck your chin to your chest, lengthen your forehead and your mouth, lower back down, shoulders, neck, head. Release your arms out to the side, heel toe your left foot a little closer to the edge of the mat so you have room as we drop the right knee open to make circles. Go slow. Visualize the femur head rotating around the acetabulum, the hip socket. Take one more in this direction. Maybe you hear some noises and then go in the opposite direction. Remember the acetabulum's like a wine cup, the top of the wine cup. So you want to hit all the edges. As if you're tracing your finger around the top of the wine cup with your femur head. When you hug the right knee back in, interlace your fingers behind the thigh, heel toe your left foot back towards center, and we're going to extend the right leg and then bend it back down. And extend and bend. Extend and bend. Extend the right leg. Begin sliding your left leg long. Inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, and as you exhale, lengthening your forehead any amount to the knee, slide your palms up the back of the right leg, and that can be anywhere you like, just avoid the back of the right knee. Point your left toes. And now lower down, holding on to the back of your right leg, encouraging your right thigh onto your right abdomen, massaging the ascending colon as we open up the dorsal sheath of your right leg, the back of the right leg. But as you lengthen out the left toes, could you feel this stretch from inner thigh to inner thigh? Shoulders relax. So even when the knees bent, we're not worried about those right toes, how far they can get beyond the head, but rather the melt of the right thigh onto your abdomen. Take one more breath here. When we do let go in a moment, it's going to become a body stretch on the right side. So letting go, your right heel is going to slowly reach towards the bottom of the mat as both hands reach towards the top of the mat. Slowly lengthen as you lower, lengthen as you lower, lengthen as you lower. When the right heel does hit the ground, stretch long through that right heel. Feel the down slope of your right hip, as if there's great space between the top of your right thigh where it meets your body. Then completely relax. We're gonna rock on the heels. Rock as if your legs are made of Jell-O and you wanna get that shaky feel that Jell-O has when you shake the plate. Is that a good sound effect? But feel that in your legs. Don't be shy about feeling the rigmarole, the shuddering that comes with the shaking. We want that. We want to move circulation. We want to get some flow, stimulating lymph flow, blood flow, neuro flow. Enjoy it. Completely relax. Step your right foot on the mat. Actually, just take a moment. Can you feel the tingling? The vibratory sensations? Awesome. Step your right foot on the mat. Hug the left knee in, either around the shin or underneath the thigh. Tuck the chin into the chest. Lengthen the forehead any amount. All these squeezings, known as apanasana, so good for digestive health. Lower back down, shoulders, neck, head. Heel toe your right foot a little more towards the outer edge of the mat or wider than your right hip. Release your arms. Let the left knee fall open to the left side. We'll slowly begin circling around. Like the finger on the wine glass, the femur bone is rotating through all the edges of the acetabulum. Make sure to stay grounded in your right foot so we're keeping stability in the right hip. How about one more rotation in this direction? And then switch. And then hug back in, interlacing your fingers behind the thigh. Heel toe your right foot a little closer to center, balancing out, feeling the symmetry. Inhale, extend the left foot. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now inhale and hold. Pressing palm into thigh and thigh into palm. And begin sliding out your right leg. Tuck your chin into your chest. Exhale the forehead any amount to the knee as you slide the palms any amount up the back of the left leg. Point the right toes. And we'll lower down shoulders, neck, head, encouraging the left thigh onto the middle of the abdomen, massaging the descending colon. Soft elbows. Maybe you can picture the stretch from inner right thigh to inner left thigh. Keep the jaw at ease. Keep the eyes soft. Take one more breath. We're going to balance out with that long body stretch. So releasing, reach through that left heel. You're keeping engagement in the quadriceps. Reach through the fingertips. Lengthening the torso. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. When the left heel hits the floor, take that extra stretch out the heel, down sloping the left hip. Relax. And we're going to rock on the heels again. Very energetically, as if you had no bones. It's also a great way to warm up the joints, the ankles, the knees, and the hips. We have been. This is just like some icing on the cake. Really as easy and flowy as you possibly can. You're supported. And begin slowing it down and stopping. Notice what you feel. Stimulation, the tingling perhaps, the sensations. Then step your feet on the mat. Lift your bottom and slide your palms underneath you so that you're sitting on top of your hands and the palms are on the mat. Bring your arms as straight as possible. Lift your feet, bring your knees into your chest. Extend your legs. Tuck your chin into your chest. Lift your head, look at your navel. Shoulders are off the mat. And we're going to lower the legs down. They will hover an inch or two off of the mat and press into the elbows, forearms, and palms, hinging to sit up. Terrific. Let's make a transition into tabletop. So if you'd like some extra support for the knees, use a folded blanket. You can have your blocks handy if you like using them for lunging later. First, a few cat and cows. On the exhale, press with your palms under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Drop the chin, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the tailbone, roll the shoulders away from the ears, drop the belly. Exhale, cow. Sorry, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And now we'll add legs. Exhaling, bring the right knee towards your nose. And on the inhale, we're going to extend out as far as feels comfortable. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. Lower down, second side. Exhale, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, inhale, use the breath. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. One more, exhale, inhale. Lower down, take the knees wider, feet closer, and sit back. Feel as if you're pressing the front of the mat away from you. Walk your hands over to the right. Your right arm relaxes. It's a bit of a kickstand as you lengthen the left arm as far as feels comfortable. Sway your hips over to the left. So you're elongating the left side body. We talked about the anterior serratus muscle that runs from about rib 1 to rib 8. And really feel that in your downward dog as well as other postures. But see if you can tune into lengthening that area. You can certainly feel it on the stretch. Come back to center and we'll go on the other side. So relaxing the left arm. As you walk the right arm, another great felt sense. So where does the right arm, and use the fingers wide. Walking it out further straight or diagonally. And then sway the hips to the right. And notice where that adds to the openings in the body. And certainly as you inhale, you can feel how that affects the fascia and the stretch. And we'll walk it back to center. Come back into tabletop. You're going to take your right hand now, and on the inhale, reach it to the ceiling. Let your eyes look towards the fingertips. So a little bit of a twist here. And then on the exhale, we're going to thread that hand through behind the back of the left wrist. And we're going to come down onto the side of your head. And if that's uncomfortable for you, if a blanket's around, you can use the blanket, or you can go ahead and pull your mat over. There's always little tricks of the trade. So you could stay right here and focus on your left hand, pressing into the ground by your face, drawing the left shoulder back, opening the heart center towards the sky above. Or you could reach the left arm up to the ceiling, bend it behind you. You're still trying to draw the left shoulder back, open up the chest. It can rest on the sacrum, or it could reach back and look for the crease where your right thigh meets your body. So it's just a little hold to help draw that left shoulder back a bit more. And if you wanted to add on even more, you could take your left leg straight out from your hip, step it on the floor, press towards your pinky edge. So it's as if you're right hand is reaching for that left foot. Whatever variation you're in, 2 more breaths. The left hand will come back beside the face. If the leg is out straight, bend it back. Use the strength of your left hand to press into the ground so you could slide your right arm back. And we're back in tabletop. And we'll move to the second side. I'm just going to turn around. Take your left hand now, bring it up to the ceiling. Look at the fingers, little opening twist, and then slide the left arm through behind your right wrist, bringing the side of your head to the support beneath you. Prop if it feels more comfortable. So you can stay right here, press down with the right hand, twist the mid-thoracic back, bringing your heart around towards the ceiling, metaphorically speaking. Or you can bring your right arm up to the ceiling. It could stay there. It could bend behind you and the hand can rest on your sacrum, palm up. Or it can look for the crease where your left thigh meets your body. And continue drawing the right shoulder back for this twist. If you'd like, you can elongate the right leg straight out from your hip. Try to keep the foot flat, pressing towards the pinky edge. And let's take 2 more breaths, wherever you are. Coming out of the posture is part of the posture, so be mindful. Right arm's going to come around by your face. If the right leg's out straight, bring it back to meet the left and use the strength of the right hand to press you up. You can slide the left palm back to where it was. Take a nice deep breath in, and then the exhale, knees a little wider, feet together. Let's sit back again, but this time bring the arms behind you so you can sink the shoulders. And feel that release between the shoulder blades, the trapezius muscles. Let gravity and the weight of your body take hold. Allow the sinking, sinking, sinking. Press back up into tabletop. Bring your hands, a hand step forward of your shoulders. Take your left knee a little closer to your right. Take the right leg long. Flex. You're on your metatarsal pad, pressing through your heel. Let's just rock a little. Coming to neutral, float that right leg hip height, press back, and then float the left arm shoulder height, lengthening forward. Head is neutral. Your gaze is towards the top of your mat. Okay, lower your hand down, lower your knee down. Coming back into tabletop, take a step closer right knee towards the left knee, and then come onto the metatarsal pad of your left foot and slide long. Just do a little rocking. Come to neutral, float the left leg hip height, press back, extend the right arm shoulder height, lengthen forward as if a benevolent force, gently pulling on your wrist. Head is neutral. What's on the mat presses into the mat. Lower your hand down, lower your leg down. Hands are still a step forward of the shoulders. Press towards your thumbs. Curl the toes under. Lift the tailbone as if you were in cow. And we're going to press up for downward dog. Keep both knees bent. Press the front of the mat away from you. See if you can sense the downward dog in the anterior serratus muscles on the side body. Lower your right heel. Then switch, lower your left heel. Bend both knees and lower both heels. Lift the tailbone, press the front of the mat away from you. Nice deep breaths. Great, and then lower down onto your knees, tops of the feet. If you have blocks nearby, you can grab a hold of them. I'm going to take a giant step forward with the right foot. Grounding the right heel, energetically draw it back as you energetically draw the left knee forward. Sink the hips down and forward. For lunge, relax the shoulders. Let's move the blocks or your hands back by your right heel. Rock your hips back. Deep flex in the right foot as you ground that right heel into the mat. And you can bow your nose to your knee if you'd like, not a have to. It's a little more opening in the back of the right leg. Then we're going to bend the right knee and reach that leg behind us. I'm going to move my blocks away as we come into plank. Take a little half step in, maybe an inch or two with your right foot towards your head, creating a shorter stance. And press out the metatarsal pad again, so you're really utilizing it. Take the left leg to meet the right. Press out the heels, press out your head. Lift from the armpits. Breathing in and breathing out. Great, and lower down to your knees, tops of your feet. Take a stretch back. Coming back into tabletop, looking forward, we'll take a giant step up with the left foot. We're coming back into lunge. You can have your blocks in any setting, or no blocks at all. So you want to ground in the left heel, energetically drawing back. So we energetically draw the right knee forward. Sink hips as far as feels comfortable. You can encourage them forward. There should be no strain on the knee. So you really want to activate the right heel, drawing it back, and imagine that, the left heel drawing it back, and imagine that right knee drawing forward. And then slide your hands or blocks back by your heel. Rock your hips back. Flex the left foot. Really dig the heel in. So you could come up really high here too, if being by the heel is too much. If you'd like, you can bow down. Now bend this left knee. Bring it behind, press out. Remember, you're pressing towards your thumbs, that little spot between the webbing of your thumb and your pointer finger. Take a little step in with your left foot. Utilize the metatarsal pad. Bring your right foot to meet your left. We'll come back in plank. Press back to downward dog. You can reposition if you need to. Soft bend in the knees, and we'll walk the feet up to meet the hands. So dangle over the body. You have the blocks nearby. So we could actually just bring the blocks in front of us. Stack the blocks however you need to, so you have support. If you're not touching the mat, use the blocks. Feet are hip distance. We're bringing the weight a little forward. Drop your head. Nod a little yes, shake a little no. Bring your hands onto your hips, soft bend in the knees, and let's roll up. Okay. Let's come to the top of the mat, and we'll run through our sun salutations. If that's not in your practice today, how about a few downward dogs? And we can meet back on the mat in child's pose or shavasana. Otherwise, we're going to come into Tadasana. So you can mark hip distance by turning one foot or the other, and your big toe should meet the inside of the opposite heel. So that's a good measurement. Lift up all your toes. Dropping the pinky, let the toes spread wide. Press into the triangle of the feet. Center of your heel. The base of your triangle is the big toe mound through the pinky toe mound. Whole metatarsal pad. And when you press down, feel the engagement of your quadriceps, the lift above your knees, the engagement of the inseam of your legs. That lift, feel more of a grounding on the outside of your legs. Relax the shoulders. Lengthen out the back side of your head. Might even want to tune into the imagery. We are the puppet again, being lifted up. The rest very loose. Inhale. And on the exhale, bring your palms together right at the heart center. And let's honor that sun inside and the sun above. Always shining, no matter what the weather feels like on the inside or looks like on the outside. Inhale and reach forward up, slightly back. Exhale, lengthen as you lower. Inhale, right leg back to lunge. Exhale, left foot to meet it. Plank, lower down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Looking forward, you can drop to your left knee first. We're stepping with the right. Exhale, power off the left. Breathe in and breathe out. Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Left side, inhale. Exhale, lengthen as you lower. Inhale, left foot steps back to lunge. Exhale, right to meet it. Plank. Lower down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Looking forward, you can drop to your right knee. Step up with the left foot, lunge. Exhale, power off the right. Bend, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, prayer. One more round, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, right, lunge. Exhale, left, plank, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. You can drop to your left knee before stepping into the lunge with the right. Exhale, power off the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Last set, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, right to meet it. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. You can drop to your right knee where you step forward with the left foot. Exhale, power off the right. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And release your arms to your side, breathing in and breathing out. If you have a block or two, which I think one will be fine, grab that, your little trikonasana. Right foot, the big toe side is parallel to the long side of your mat. The left foot turns in slightly, about 5 to 10 degrees. And approximately your right heel would make a line and intersect the middle of your left foot. So that's about where your arrangement is. Your legs are straight. We're going to take this block and place it Yeah, let's place it on the inside of the right leg for today. We need to mark our feet. They're the most important part, foundation of the standing poses. So you're going to press your weight into the inside edge of your right foot, the big toe side. And the weight of your left foot is the outside edge, the pinky toe. Hands come to center. Stretch them out long. You're going to lean, 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 lean all the way to the right till you feel you can't lean anymore. And then lower down. So place your hand, rest it on the block. If it feels too high, you can come down a little lower. I want that hand resting. Now twist, rotate so that your chest is at the computer screen. Head stays neutral. Keep rotating the heart center. Legs are straight. If that arm bothers you, you could just put it on your hip. Take one more breath. Bend your right knee, hold the block, and we'll lift up. Great. Pass the block into the other hand. Switch your feet. Right toes are pointing in, left toes pointing out. We'll bring the block to the inside edge of your left foot. Need to mark the feet. Press into the outer edge of your right foot and the inner edge of your left foot, the big toe side. Straight legs. Bring your fingers right in front of your sternum. Then lengthen those long arms out. Reach, 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 reach with your left hand. Just can't reach anymore. Then lower down onto the block. That right hand could stay on your hip as you rotate your chest forward. By forward, I mean the center of the room. And then you can extend the arm up. Legs are straight. You're pressing into the outer edge, the pinky edge of your right foot and the big toe edge of your left. Let's take 2 more breaths. Smiling, jaw loose. Nice open torso. Bend the left knee. Hold on to your block. Come on up. Great. Heel toe the feet together. Don't heel toe the feet together. So let's do one, since that was asymmetrical, one symmetrical posture. Grab 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't worry about them. Take your legs as wide as feels comfortable. The toes are going to point in slightly. Our object is to have this as a bouncing out posture, but also to relax the face. So our aim is to get the third eye, the inner eye, onto that block or any support. If it doesn't, we'll just relax the head. So we're going to hinge forward. Prop the third eye, so it's your forehead. And you could either hold on to the floor, hold on to your legs, press front thigh into back thigh. Remember, I don't want you to stress yourself out if you can't support your head. If you don't have enough bolstering there. So if you can't, just let the head hang. Hold wherever it's comfortable. We won't be here too long. Press to the outer edges of your feet. Long spine. Wide sit bones. Take 2 more breaths. Look up. Bend your knees to get your hands onto the floor so you can heel toe together. Dangle, dangle, dangle. And let's roll up, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Place your hands on your lower back, fingers pointing towards your heels. Elbows draw together, engage your quadriceps, lift up with your sternum towards the sky, and then back bend, a supported back bend. Keep your eyes looking upwards so you don't drop the head all the way back. Keep drawing the elbows in, keep engaging the quadriceps. Another breath. And slowly lift up. Shake out your hands. And then bring your hands and your arms in front of you. Plug the shoulder heads back. And we're going to lower down. See how far you can go before you need to support yourself. And when you've lowered down on the mat, if you have a bolster, and for final relaxation, you'd like to have the bolster right at the base of your rib cage. That's kind of a nice way to release it all. But only with the bolster, because the a blanket just won't be firm enough. So otherwise, that's just a suggestion. You might not feel it feels good You can take your blanket, give yourself a nice covering, or roll it up and place it under your knees. If the back feels a little wonky, go ahead and bend the knees, take your feet wide, and let the knees touch for constructive rest. Find your comfortable position. Give you another moment to settle in. We're absorbing all of the work. And the practice today, Hatha Yoga practice, is for the physical body, as well as the breath body, the pranayama kosha, as well as the mind sheath, Vijnanamaya kosha. These layers of the body. Practice is the yoking of them, the union. As you settle back to absorb what you've done, notice how the physical practice affects the breath, affects the mind, affects the well-being. Start by feeling the support underneath you as your body gives over, knowing it's no longer responsible for its own weight. Back of the skull, heavy. Back of the shoulders, relax. Arms release. The buttocks at ease. Legs completely let go. Feet flap open. They're out long. The belly soft. Side body supple. And bring your awareness to breath. Once again, feeling the stroke of air against the inner nostrils. So in tune to the subtle process, perhaps you can feel the movement of the cilia, the filtering nose hairs as you rest back. Jaw hangs free, tongue at rest. All the facial muscles relaxed. Feels as if the eyes sinking back towards the inner skull. And that your brain is floating inside the head. sense what it is to just be, resting in spatial awareness. And I'll be silent as you do. Deepening your breath, slowly begin bringing your awareness back into your space and waking up your physical body, taking a stretch in any direction that feels right for you. You can feel free to continue resting, or if you'd like, gently bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated posture. Bring our palms together. Perhaps you'd like to reflect on the intent that may have popped up at the beginning of class that carry you off the mat in the days and nights to come. And we'll end our practice today wishing peace to all and love to all, light to all. And I bow to the light that resides in you. Namaste.